I am.
Yeah.
Karen.
We are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Chief Sanders right there.
Right there. So I don't know. That's how it started, right? I guess.
I didn't look at that. Is that a policy that we pay for, or is it?
No, that's their insurance for it. Yeah.
The DG
Sure.
pays for it?
I can take a picture of you.
There's like a puts it on.
I understand.
Yeah.
You need to say something.
You just sent that along.
Because
It's your turn.
Yep.
I'll just guarantee you.
Yep. I'll take a picture and text, if you want to do it off my phone, send it to you, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Insurance.
Yeah, we don't pay.
No. But if something happens.
We're named that.
Huh?
We're named that.
Oh, yeah, so if something.
Yeah.
You will see.
Right.
You can take
Oh, I know that.
which I think works well.
I'm sure.
You can use it.
It's fine, I'll tell you.
It's gonna introduce
Yeah.
this time.
Oh.
No, he's.
You got 2 minutes.
I'm afraid to adjust my seat.
So here's that on the floor.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm.
It is lower to.
Yeah. Feels like that car that I got to drive.
Can you stand up and raise it? Usually that's how it works.
It's the one
Stand
going
up.
over.
Yeah, stand up
Yeah.
and then hit that
Okay.
else on the side there. Oh, here we go.
It's up
Yeah.
down.
You might sink down, I don't know, one of those chairs does that.
Oh, this is better. Yeah. I don't want to. Oh, Leo did that this afternoon. He leaned back in his chair and the darn chair went out from under him and he fell on the floor. He's lucky he didn't hit his head. He said,
Wow.
You gotta stand up.
it's broke too.
Oh, I thought it was time.
I thought we were doing our pledge.
It'd still be too short for Brady.
At least you said Brady.
So it's meeting in order. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I get approval of the agenda.
I'll also move as presented for the August 12th, 2024.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried. Approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as follows. To approve the regular township board meeting minutes dated July 8th, 2024, to accept the treasurer's report as presented, to accept the assessor's report for August 2024, to approve July 2024 bills, to transfer the funds. And the general fund for our July 2024 bills and payroll include general fund check 30328 through 30356, which includes the township bills, township fire and police, township fire and police, electronic payrolls, and the building department, which also includes the building bills, building payroll, and building monthly remittance checks. Total amount of township, which includes the township fire and police, and building payrolls and bills for July 2024 is $253,547.41.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried. County reports.
Health in the amount of $89,661.34. These are matching funds that we provide to CMH every year. The total for the year was $268,984, and that gets paid in 3 payments. I also approved CMH's renewal of their accounts payable and invoicing software in the amount of $7,553. Authorized the payment of dues for the Michigan Association of Counties for fiscal year '25. This organization advocates for state and local revenue sharing. In Lapeer County, we received $2,834.46. Also authorized the use of ARPA funds to replace the main generator at the county complex. It is quite old and has been very difficult to get parts. Some parts are obsolete, so should there be a major problem with it, we're not going to be able to fix it at this point. So we use ARPA funds to replace that generator in the amount of $132,320, plus an additional fee of $15,075 to decommission old fuel tank drain and environmentally dispose of it properly. In the primary election on August 6th, the county had a turnout of about 26.1%, which was unfortunately lower than the 36% turnout in the 2022 primary. It's important for people to get out and vote, so wish more people did. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
All right, public comment.
Still Village of Metamora. So I just wanted to say, I think someone is recording in the back row, which is our right in the Open Meetings Act, and that's totally fine. But you guys passed a policy that says I shall tell Dave Betts every time I'm going to record a meeting, and that should be fairly applied. So I want to start with happy 11th birthday to our park. Today is the day, 11 years ago. Metamora Community Park, which is right next to the Lions, it's 40 acres, was purchased for $350,000. Most people living here still do not know that it's a park. It was, the first time I saw in the township minutes that people were looking for a park, because we were one of the lowest in Michigan, one of the lowest townships that park space available, was December 2000, and so people worked for a lot of years to buy that park. Still no signs, Maybe there's going to finally be something going on out there. And by the way, that's this park right here. Got a map of it. And in the Metamora Community 5-year recreation plan, which the township and the village worked together to make, in the back of it, and the survey from Meta was instrumental in finding and buying the park. It said that a perimeter path would be cleared to be used as a pedestrian, biking, equestrian trail, not a motocross course. But in the life of that park so far, it has largely been a motocross course, endangering those of us who want to use it as a pedestrian trail. So again, 11 years now. Hopefully we can get a sign up there pretty soon. Have any of you taken an ADA course? We have a government here with ADA responsibilities, Title II obligations here. Has any of you taken a course? Because I have. $5 online. Highly recommend that you go through. It says 6 hours. It took me less than 4, and I was being slow. But gosh, you can learn an awful lot from that about your obligations to the community here, and how you should be telling us what your obligations are and what you can provide, rather than us having to tell you that, when we design a park, we can't put things right next to the road because that's not ADA good idea. So, does anybody see this article? It was really sad. 14-year-old boy died in Marathon Township. His 11-year-old brother, perhaps you were there, Chief Davis. They were driving a UTV in their yard. This just illustrates how dangerous UTVs are to children. Children are not even supposed to be passengers in UTVs. There was an 11-year-old driving it, which is against the law. And his brother's dead, and he's got to live with that for the rest of his life. I think that's terrible, but it just underscores why. And, oh, by the way, the same day, it was August 3rd, a boy in Huron Township crashed his ATV into a he may not have died, I'm not sure, I didn't look it up, but he was definitely very injured. That's exactly why I hope in the parade this year, the Metamora Country Days Parade, I don't see children, unbuckled children in the UTV. Thank you.
Good evening, Greg Wise, 1213 Cal Road. Last Tuesday, August 6th, the voters of District 6 gave me a great honor by electing me as the Republican nominee for County Commissioner. Without getting too ahead of myself, since there's going to be no one else on the ballot in November, I feel pretty confident that in January I will take that spot. I want to thank all the voters of Metamora Township who voted for me, and I was pleased that I carried both precincts. I want to thank all 5 of you as individuals who supported me in many ways, most importantly through word of mouth, telling people that you know me, you trust me, that I was the right person for the job. I will try my best to attend these meetings, give you a report, not just everything that happened at the last meeting, but things that are important to Metamora Township. Also, I want to be able to listen to you and to people who are here, what's important to them, and to answer any questions that people have. So once again, I thank you all. I'm pleased that the 5 of you are all going to be back for the next 4 years. And I was at Attica Township Thursday night thanking those voters, and I'm going to leave now and go to Lapeer Township and thank them as well. So again, I thank you all for your support. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks, Greg. Okay, fire department business.
Fire department business, we had 6 fires, 19 medicals, 3 PIs, 181 training, 3 work details. A couple of good things are going on. Just to bring everybody, see, back in June there was 6 of us that went to some called Great Lakes Hot classes, and it was 3 days of class. It was a classroom and what they consider hot classes. You're actually doing what you go to class for. There was thermal imaging, JAWS, command, and search and rescue. We all went to different ones, so we all got a different training in that. And last day, we actually commanded the last class, which were search and rescue and fire suppression, all on the last day, and that was out in Southfield Fire. It was actually a really good class, and it was all advanced training, so it was well worth a 3-day trip down there. Next thing is 821's back in service. We got it all lettered up and striped up, and it's all back in service, ready to go. Back, I don't know if everybody's got a chance to look at it. Just look at a little facelift in the look, so I think it looks nice and something a little fresh to look at. The next thing is we just found out today that we got a grant for $64,000 from FEMA, and part of that is we have to pay 5% of that, it's like $3,200, and we got to get into it before. We just found out today that we got it, and that's for a bunch of hand tools, forcible entry tools, pipe pulls, some radios, gas monitoring, gated wise, so it's just a bunch of tools, but $64,000 is a pretty good chunk for tools for our department.
Yeah.
Wow. Who wrote the grant?
Katrina.
Way to go.
Yeah, she did awesome job. I think it's the second one she got this year.
Yeah.
So,
First one, 10,000.
yeah.
For the gloves. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, for our department for that, I mean, we get a grant here and there, but 2 in 1 year is really unheard of for us. So she's doing a good job. The nice thing is that we get now we have a lot of the bulk of any grant stuff. It's trying to get all that information pulled now. It's just tweaking it for the grant, so it's got a pretty good, reliable base information for it. One more thing, we want to put in a pressure washer. We had an old pressure washer that somebody gave us. We've been working on it. We got rid of that one. I'd like permission. I put in here for $2,000, but when I looked up today, it's gone up over the last month. I'd like to get permission for not to exceed $2,100 to put an electric power washer in next door. And so I don't have to mess with gas motors, carburetors, all that stuff. You turn it on, pressure washer it should live a lot longer than what out here. Direct drive, there's no belts, because that's the last one. We're just fighting belts and everything else with it. So.
Right.
I'll make a washer, power washer for $2,100.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I,
Any nays? Motion carried.
And the last thing is just want to discuss, we are getting quotes together to have some remodeling done over there. But it's been the same since I've been out for 23 years, so we could use a little bit of
facelift.
facelifts and LED lighting, get a real air conditioner, mini split stuff in there. So we only got one of the quotes back right now, so we'll bring it back when we got more quotes for that. That's all I got.
All right, thanks.
Thank you guys.
Police Department.
I'll go through the report here quick before we introduce our guests. For July 2024, the Metamora Township Police Department had 265 calls for service. 115 of those were traffic stops, 8 traffic offenses, 6 property damage accidents, 5 car gear accidents, 1 personal injury accident, 7 welfare checks, 18 suspicious complaints, 1 OWI arrest, and 3 warrant arrests. As far as training goes, this month we're up and running with our Police One Academy. We're about a little less than a month into it. To date, we have, which is a little less than a month, officers have completed 23 hours of continuing professional education. 3 classes that we're working on right now are ethics and law enforcement, sexual harassment prevention and law enforcement, and procedural justice. We do have a few requests tonight. I'm looking for permission to purchase the emergency safety equipment and lighting for the new Ram patrol vehicle in the amount of $12,353 from Arrowhead Outfitters in Lapeer. This will include all the emergency lighting, the console, the wiring, the brackets, the cage, the control system. The majority of the emergency lighting is from the brand Sound Off, which is a Michigan-based company, and it also comes with a 5-year warranty.
I can make a motion to purchase the emergency safety equipment and lighting from Arrowhead Uplifters for the new patrol truck in the amount of $12,353.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried.
Next thing I have is I'd like to get permission to purchase the vehicle graphics, which includes wrap bumpers for the new Ram patrol vehicle from Craig Signs in Lapeer in the amount of $1,750. This will be the same graphics that we have on our 2023 Tahoe. We've had great luck with them as far as no peeling or anything like that. It does a top-notch job.
I'll make a motion for the $1,750 to purchase the vehicle graphics for the new patrol truck.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried.
Next thing I have is permission to purchase a new desktop computer along with the one-time purchase of Microsoft Office, which is Word, and Excel, PowerPoint. From Computer Frog in Lapeer for the amount of $770. After our last power outage, we had a computer that went out completely. Our IT department was unable to fix it, and it's not going to be usable, so we're down a computer in our squadron.
All right, I'll make a motion to purchase the new computer with the Microsoft Office from Computer Frog and Lapeer for $770.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
I like that you can support all these local people.
Yeah.
Motion carried.
All right, and the last thing I have, the most difficult thing that I've had to do since becoming the chief. Since the retirement of Chief Mallett, we've been down a full-time officer. Internally, the full-time officer vacancy was posted. 2 of our part-time officers applied for the vacant position. Oral boards were conducted. I was assisted by Chief Sean Peters, Dryden Township, Chief Brett Selby, and Inland City Police Department, and our treasurer Scott Benscoter. Both applicants performed very well during their oral boards. I'd like to hire them both, but unfortunately today that's not going to be an option. I'm requesting approval to change the status of part-time officer James Irish to full-time officer effective September 2024. Officer Irish is currently employed as a full-time officer in the village of Oxford. It's a position he's held since January of 2020. he demonstrates and believes in community policing, as we all do, and also the mission of our department.
I'll make a motion to permit the request to change the status of the part-time officer James Irish to a full-time officer.
So before I second, just want to make sure from a budget standpoint, you've done your analysis, we're good budget-wise.
Okay.
You know, we can cover all these expenses with healthcare.
Absolutely. It was the initial budget was for the 5 full-time officers, and obviously I went a few months without it.
Right.
Definitely safe.
Okay. I'll second. You got any questions, unless you have questions before I second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
I have one question. It's in regards to the suspicious person or vehicles. Can you elaborate about what the suspicious person?
We're in the middle of it.
Oh,
That's what this, we need to finish this first.
oh, I thought we voted.
Almost.
Aye.
Almost.
Okay.
Almost, we got a second, yeah, I second the
I
motion.
thought there was an aye.
Almost.
Sorry.
No?
So you,
All in favor?
there we go, aye.
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 It's okay, yeah.
All right.
It's
motion
okay.
I'm
carries.
sorry.
You can
I
answer
heard
questions
the
now.
aye once before. Okay, so back to the suspicious person. Could you elaborate exactly without names?
It was separate incidents. It wasn't one particular incident. There was 18 different calls. Sometimes calls get stored as a suspicious call versus a harassment complaint or versus a harassment complaint.
okay.
when it's-
Because I'm going to make a mention of it. It's in Lapeer Township, but it's on Metamora Road. A certain person has had people come up to their door twice now begging for food.
Really?
Yeah,
Have they called the police or?
I don't know because Leo talked to them. He's the ex-postmaster from Lapeer, and he said that his wife had 2 incidences, and I was wondering if anybody in,
We have not had that.
No,
We have not
okay.
had that call.
all right,
Since or-
it was a couple months ago,
Okay,
but it's peculiar.
very.
I'm sorry, I screwed that up.
Then if you don't mind, if I go to the podium real quick?
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll get a picture for you guys.
Great.
Oh, okay.
So this is Dinah from the 4 County Community Foundation. The 4 County Community Foundation is a nonprofit community organization created by and for the people, for the communities they serve. They're here to make a positive impact on the community. They provide services to villages and cities in southeastern Lapeer County, western St. Clair County, northern Macomb County, and northeastern Oakland County. The 4 County Community Foundation awarded us a grant in April of 2024 to purchase 4 tactical medical kits. The grant allowed us to replace our aging medical kits and replace them with more advanced tactical medical kits. The new medical kits allow us to treat minor injuries, but also up to life-threatening injuries. We're able to stop bleeding and things like that. This grant has allowed us to be able to respond to trauma and critical moments before first responders or EMS can respond to the scene. On behalf of the Metamora Township Police Department, I'd like to thank Dinah and the 4 County Community Foundation for investing in our community.
Thank you.
We are always supportive of all sorts of agencies to help children, adults, anybody in need. And it was a well-written grant, so whoever your grant writer was
Thank you.
did a great job. And we're happy to support Metamora. You guys don't ask us for very much. So you need to,
Oh, well,
yeah, you need to reach out a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you.
So I am really pleased to represent the foundation and present the police department with this check.
and will graciously accept it. Thank you.
Yeah, I know you'll use it well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. You can keep that.
Yeah.
What's really nice about them is we can strap these right to our seats so we can hurt them right off and we can go. It's got a cat tourniquet, it's got gauze pads, it's got blood stopping gauze pads, it's got bandages, it's got shears. There's hundreds of things in there. And so far, we've actually had to buy some replacement kits for them, because we've been using some of the stuff. But we were really, our kits were really outdated, so it's very, very nice.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Was this part of the thing a couple months ago that you went along with, or is it, this is separate?
This was the Fort County Community Foundation. This was back in April. We got this stuff back in May. So the other one you're thinking of is the 100 Club, but that was a separate grant.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, township business, fireworks, for none more days.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the donation of $2,000, which is consistent with what we did last year and is what is in our budget to support Metamora Days fireworks displays.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried. Okay, the parking lot extension.
So on the west side of the parking lot, which is kind of semi-gravel, semi-grass right now,
And a big pipe.
and a large puddle, and the burn pit that's no longer, thank you, police, fire department, for burning that for us.
Really good.
Yeah, it did.
You did an awesome job. I'd like to make a motion to purchase $12,250 worth of gravel. It's 300 tons of limestone, to be specific, that we put down to aid with the expanding the parking lot. We're doing this in preparation for the election. That's going to be occurring here in November as well. So it's to help with
good.
parking, because we'll probably have a lot of parking, like we always do.
Is this just the limestone, or
No,
does it
that's a
include?
dozer work too.
Okay, so
Oh,
it
that includes
includes
everything.
Yeah.
the parking, or the extension.
Is that what tune-up means? Tune-up?
Tune-up,
Yeah. I'll support that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, motion carried. Garage doors for the police department.
So, there's a number of garage doors over there that are in desperate need of replacement due to wear, excessive rust and such. So we're replacing 3 of the garage doors for a total cost of $6,300. So, I have a motion here to approve that purchase for the police department.
I'll support it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carried. My guy wouldn't bid on it, huh?
No.
I don't know what happened.
And then he called another guy that came, and he never gave me a number.
Oh.
I called Atlas Garage Door as well, and they're like, yeah, we'll call you tomorrow. Never called, never came.
That's standard for the course now,
Yeah.
because I heard about the plumbing situation in Michigan.
Yeah.
Someplace from California bought out 5 different companies here in Michigan. And our grandson-in-law said last night that they're gonna charge up to $400 an hour just service. And I said, they're gonna go out of business. Nobody's gonna, you're gonna do it yourself. That's the way we're going. Nobody wants to bid anything, nobody wants to work anymore. Bad.
Any other township board discussion?
No.
I just
I was
was gonna
just
give an
venting.
update on the election, as what,
Yeah.
Mr. Hamilton was speaking about. It was almost 10% less, in 2024 than it was in 2020. I had more in AV ballots than I did, people I walked in. The rain did not help. And then for the early voting portion, we did, a lot less than I, wanted. Compared to February, I had 104 in February, and this, for the August primary, I only had 79
Wow.
votes. Had the highest of 21 in one day, but then I had the lowest of 1 on this. So paying 4 people for 1 voter is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's a lot of money.
But anyway, I hope
It's the
inclement
same as
weather.
voting that day, that's what I tried to tell.
Yeah, and Dorothy did a great job on this side, on the precinct, I don't know what they did over there, but she told everybody that walked through, you know, because most people haven't heard of that, and I don't know how much more we can tell people, like, it's on our website, we put it on our newsletter. You
And
know,
the
it's
people
posted-
voted on it,
And the.
that's how it got there.
Yeah, they posted it in the paper, so I'm gonna, you know, at our next clerk's meeting, you know, ask how else we could get that out there, so, you know, it's useful, so.
It's too.
Mrs. Miriam, how are you? How are you? I haven't seen you in, you know, it's been 20 years. Yeah. It has years. Yeah. You look great.
Oh, you look great too.
Oh,